All right, well, what we're going to do today is last year we did an audio Retina thing where we took the GoPro, which is old news, but and put it in the water and filmed the little creek. So today what we're going to do is, since there's not a lot of current like there was last time, and there's a lot of fish just hanging out, we're going to try to coerce a fish into coming up and taking some bait that we'll have at the end of the GoPro and try to get a really cool up-close shot. And the bait that we're going to use is probably going to be a f***ing noodle stuck right here between where this little armature thing is and the hole. And I think we can get a spaghetti thing to stick out like that, and then maybe have a fish come up like here. So the noodle's sticking up like this, and the fish comes up to here, and the GoPro should get it. Or if anything, it'll just get a bunch of fish hanging out, if we can leave it there long enough for the fish to trust it. I think they're all going to be kind of standoffish for a little bit. Standoff fish.
Well, we've got one coming up, kinda.
They're looking at it. Aren't they?
Yep. I think we need to be still. Oh God. That wind makes me very nervous. What we did is a spur of the moment, go down to the creek and try to film some fish coming to the camera, and we lured them by using a tortilla as bait.
Why a tortilla?
Because it's all we had.
I think being underwater in a river is terrific, as long as you're continuing to move downstream. But the thing is, back to serious conversation, if you'll notice in the video, the stream was not that heavy, and one of the first things that I noticed with these fish is their ability to hit the brakes in less than 1 millisecond and in less than 1 nano inch. They literally would just swim fast and then stop and just sit there and float regardless of the current. They would actually maintain their position like a helicopter, but with some of the finest GPS navigational systems on board to make sure that it doesn't deviate by even the smallest guntear. I find it to be wonderful, but the real thing, the real treat, is that this is all part of a larger project called Audio Retina. And now that you ask, let me explain Audio Retina a little bit. The idea with Audio Retina actually isn't one that is complete. However, mostly what I have as a projection for Audio Retina is to have audio from all over the world into one little library. And it could be anything, like, say, and hopefully something that really hasn't been done before, although really, let's be honest, everything's pretty much been done before. But so far in the audio collection, and video collection for that matter, I have about 10 to 15 minutes of uninterrupted beach time in the Galapagos Islands, and I'm very proud of that footage. I have the underwater scene of the little creek in Austin and Lakeway, and that's pretty amazing because really nobody in the world has that footage. I mean, it's all unique. Anybody could do it, and their footage would be absolutely unique as well. But, you know, it's kind of what was happening then and there at that moment. And what I really want to do is film it with some very good quality stuff. Now, right now, I just have the Sony a6000, but it suffices. And then also really get some good audio. Because as a voiceoverman, I use some of this audio as beds for my own productions. And there's places like Pond 5 and other avenues one could take in order to secure audio to use in their productions. However, if you can source your own audio from your own equipment, well, then you can, the sky's the limit, and you can get exactly what you want. Pond 5 might have a creek sound, and more than likely it's probably going to work for whatever I need it for. However, I could get very specific with my H6. It could be 2 humans, or in this case, 2 fish fornicating in a creek. And I could actually tell the customer, well, yeah, it sounds like water, but I assure you, there was fornication that was happening while this sound was being recorded. And if you look into the sound wave, if you almost meditate on it, if you really get into the depth of the sound, you might actually hear those fish. But you definitely won't ever have the chance if you don't have audio that's actually true to the fish making love to one another.